Welcome back, race fans. It's time for round number 10 here at Georgian Downs, located in Innisfil, Ontario, just south of Barrie, and actually off the 400 Series Highway heading north out of Toronto. You can see it from the racetrack itself, but first, let's make our way down to the pits and see who's here.
In the bathroom stall, a southern girl with a scarlet draw. A wave goodbye to Maui and fall, cause with the birds of share. Soft spoken with a broken jaw. Step outside but not to brawl. And all the sweet weird call to fall. I'll make it to the moon, never have to crawl in. It's a lonely view. With the birds, it's a lonely view. With the birds, it's a lonely view.
All right, guys, I'm walking around the pits here. I ran into the Brown brothers. Now, this is a hometown race for these guys here at the Georgian Downs Raceway, just off the 400. I'm going to start with Tyler here on my right side. Tyler, having a pretty good season going for you so far. Any ups and downs going on for you?
Yeah, there's definitely been some ups and downs. The bike hasn't been working how I've hoped. I mean, it's lacking a little bit of power and needs a rebuild. Hopefully I can get that done within the next couple weeks. But other than that, it's been a great season. It's been a cool step up to intermediate after breaking my knee. It's fun racing with my little brother again, even though he beats me quite a few times. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, well, obviously I enjoy riding with you two meatballs too. So, Dustin, you had a pretty good season last season. You won everything in novice. You come up to the intermediate ranks. You've been fitting in very well. Tell us how your season's going and your experience with this intermediate class.
Yeah, it's not been bad. I've had a few really bad downs with leading all the races and my bike's breaking. And I've had a couple downfalls, and other than that, it's been a great season.
So, Dustin, obviously, you know, it's got to be in the back of your mind. If you win the championship this year, is that something that you're going to foresee going into?
I'm not quite sure yet. We'll finish off this year. I'm thinking we're going to start intermediate again next year, and maybe halfway through next season we'll try the expert ranks, but I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap things up really quick here, so quick little rundown of your sponsors. I know you guys have individual sponsors, so Tyler, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Mania Marine helps me out, and especially Evans Racing. Hunter and Bill over there, they help me. And just my dad, my brother, and my mom. Everyone always is a big help for sure.
All right, Dustin, and yourself?
I have to give a huge thanks to Sail Racing for giving me fast bikes when mine break, and Green Machine Racing, North Brace Auto Tech, Evans Racing, Performance ATV 39 Racing, and all my family and friends and everyone else who has helped me out.
All right, everybody, so that's going to take care of the Brown boys here today at Georgian Downs.
And the first thing that we're going to do, we're actually going to have Dustin take us around for a hot lap here at the Georgian Downs facility. Now, this track is massive. On the inside, it's almost a 5/8. On the outside, it's almost 3/4 of a mile. And you're probably not going to be way out to the outside because it's really deep cushion out there. So you can see Dustin making his way around corner 1 and 2 already. Now, it's been a really hot day. The track's been actually kind of blowing off really nice. The inside can be a little bit slippery once it gets a little bit of water down onto it. For the most part, you can see Dustin, he's just kind of missing those pool noodles there and going by, just staying down there on the inside, getting as much traction as he can, heading down this front straightaway here. It's a massive straightaway, so it takes forever to get down, but he comes across the line at 31.66.
All right, so still making my way around the pits. Ran into my buddy Trevor Daly. Trevor coming off a pretty good season with the Superbikes. Tell us a little bit about that, and then tell us the transition of you getting back into this flat track racing.
Yeah, it was a great year with the Mopar CSBK series presented by Dalton Tennis, and I had a really awesome year. Finished 5th overall in the Pro Superbike points on the Yamaha Canada R1, and really stoked to be out here today. This is a great track, and everybody at Flat Track Canada is doing an awesome job of getting these great facilities for you guys to race at, and it's a lot of fun for us to come out, and it's definitely a big difference from riding the Superbike to riding the flat track bike, but just a lot of fun.
All right, everybody, so keep an eye out for that KBR 116 machine out on the track in the intermediate classes.
Okay, so since Dustin took us out for our WASP hot lap, we got Tyler Brown wearing the WASP camera here in the first race of the evening, the DTX race. You can see he's already off and going, and to his left there you can see Dustin Lambert and his younger brother Dustin already jumping out to the early lead. Jody Christie and Cody Marantet there also on his left side. Tyler going out a little bit higher off the first two corners here, but heading down the back straightaway into corner 3. Younger brother Dustin taking the lead earlier. Tyler getting a little bit loose way out on the outside there, and back on board with Tyler as we head back down the front straightaway here. Tyler trying to get into a draft, catch up to his younger little brother there, who's already making his way around corner number 1. Now we've had the usual suspects up in the top 5 that usually every round. I mean, that's Tyler Brown, Dustin Lambert, Jody Christie, Cody Marantet, and Luke Ram, who's new to the series this year and fitting in very well. Doing a great job up front as well too. Tyler bringing us around for another lap here down the front straightaway. Coming across for lap number 2. I believe that might be Trent Pickle up on the inside of Tyler there. He's made up a little bit of ground. Tyler just wailing around the outside here. Skipping ahead to lap 5 because not too much really goes on. Cody jumps out to a little bit of a lead over the second place Luke Ram, who's made his way by 3 riders battling it out for third position. That's Dustin Brown, Trent Pickle, and Dustin Lambert. Now these 3 of these guys running really close. You can see Tyler tucking in behind them. We actually lose visuals from Tyler because Tyler gets so much dirt onto this camera later in the race. So coming across lap number 6, Cody Marantet, Luke Ram, and then 4 riders battling it out for third spot. Tons of action on the track here. A good young mix-up of these riders here. They kind of range in age from 14 years old to roughly, I believe, 18 years old. These guys out there having a great time. And you can see the older crowd, me and Bentley Thistlethwaite out back there battling it out for that 7th spot. So there's always constantly action going on around the track here. Now, the track has been brushing off really nice. You can see Luke going up a little bit higher than usual and getting a good, strong drive off of that 3rd corner there. Dustin Brown pulling away from Dustin Lambert, and Lambert, Pickle, and Tyler Brown now going to be battling it out for that 4th spot really soon. Now coming down to 2 laps to go, Cody brings us across the line. A good lead, a comfortable lead, a couple bike lengths over Luke Ram. Now Dustin Brown's got his sights set on that 2nd spot, while Trent and Dustin Lambert battle it out for that 4th spot. And coming into corner number 3, Cody going a little bit inside. Luke kind of sticking to that middle line. He's finding just a little bit more traction and drive coming down these straightaways here as he's doing everything that he can to catch up to Cody, but Cody comes flying across the line here for our final lap. Now, as long as Cody keeps it straight and narrow, no mistakes, he'll be coming across this line with a checkered flag and having a battle royale going on behind him as everyone seems to be switching positions. Luke holding down second, Dustin Brown holding down third, and fourth is anyone's game if anyone makes a mistake off that corner. But it's going to be Cody Marantet taking the first win of the evening, followed up by Luke Ram and Dustin Brown. Okay, time for our second race of the evening. It's the DTX Expert class. We got 7 riders in the mix here. Now, Dave Pouliot and Brody Buchan, these two have been going non-stop all season, back and forth, you know, exchanging lanes and changing positions. It looks like Nick Wensler out to an early lead. Now, we did throw the WAS cam on William Bellerose here, who has jumped up to the Expert class since Belleville, and he's not doing too bad, fitting in pretty well. Keeping up on pace, not getting lapped, and really enjoying himself. Coming around the first lap here, Brody Buchan gets past Wensler to take the lead. Pouliot also gets by Wensler as Wensler slides back to third position. Now he's got Fast Freddy Dejanot sitting in that 4th spot, putting the bullseye in the back of Wensler, as Wensler's doing everything he can to try and keep up with Dave Pouliot before Buchan starts slipping away too far. These two are going to have to start working together to catch up to him. And yes, I am talking about the draft. We've got to keep the draft in play here. This is a massive track. Everyone's gearing went extremely low on this track. It was kind of a first for many of us coming to a track this big and not really understanding the full potential of what it is that we can be doing with our gearing to get our bikes to go that much faster and pull that much harder out of the corners. Now, Brody already starting to check out from Dave Pouliot. Dave checking out over Wensler, and Wensler kind of just slowly getting away from Fast Freddy there. Now, it's not only all the action at the front of the pack that we talk about. I mean, we notice Sean Hoyt and William Bellerose, they're duking it out. William, like we said earlier, moving up to this Expert class. He's wearing the WAS cam, so we're going to get a good first-hand view of battling it out with Sean Hoyt here as we come around for lap number 9. Yes, we did skip ahead a couple of laps because there wasn't really too much going on. These guys kind of got single filed out and everyone started taking off from one another. But the only two guys that seemed to be doing battle were William Bellerose and Sean Hoyt. But coming across that line and taking the second win of the evening is Brody Buchan, followed by Dave Pouliot, that is a lap rider, and then Nick Wensler. So as Brody goes around for his victory lap, we're going to go to a commercial break and we'll be right back with our open intermediates. Okay, it's time for our second last race of the evening, our open intermediate. We got 13 riders on hand. Everybody's going to be looking towards that light, waiting for the countdown. And we're off. Everybody having a good, clean start. Bentley pulling a little bit of a wheelie heading down into that first corner now. As everyone dive bombs down into the corner, we have one rider go down and around, and that is Luke Ram. Narrowly missed by Rob Churchill. Now we are going to pull the red flag and we are going to go to restart. Looked like Luke's leg was caught underneath the bike there. So on our restart, Luke goes to the back row. We got 5 riders on the front row now. Waiting for the light. And pulling off a solid start is Dustin Brown on the outside, followed by Dustin Lambert. Lambert kind of being a hole shot king this year, doing a great job with that. On board with Trent Pickle in this race as well too. We'll be keeping a close eye on this as Trent makes his way through the pack. As a smaller rider, he's got to be a lot more aggressive getting through the pack and fighting his way up to the front. So everyone coming around here for our first lap, going 3 wide for the race lead. Cody Marantet, Tyler Brown, and Dustin Brown. Tyler and Dustin obviously really putting on a hard charge here at their hometown race. Tyler shutting the door down on Cody. Cody narrowly squeezing by and keeping it just to the outside of those noodles. Dustin Brown getting the pull over Cody on the outside there. Now Cody's going to try and tuck up in behind him down the straightaway and then dive back down on the inside. Tyler Brown holding down third position. Lambert and Jody Christie battling for fourth spot as they make their way onto the exit of corner number 4. Now, Dustin Lambert tucking in behind Jody Christie, and then behind him is Luke Ram, who has made his grand reappearance from the third row on that restart. And heading back around corner number 2 here, we have a rider down. That is Tyler Brown. He's also kind of stuck underneath his bike. He's got to get it off of him there. As the rest of the riders come out, we go to a red flag. So to the back row, Tyler Brown goes. And on our restart, we only have 4 riders up on the front row now. A full grid of 6 on the second row. And the remaining riders sitting on that third row, having a little bit of a fun start there, pulling a wheelie, heading down into that first corner there. Dustin Brown and Dustin Lambert jumping out 1 and 2. Cody Marentet taking Lambert on the inside. A clean pass as he makes his way around him, heading back down the back straightaway into corner number 4 there on that Sail Racing Yamaha. Dustin Brown jumping out to an early lead. The rest of the riders having to duke it out and fight it out. It seems like a wide track, but once you start throwing all these guys on this track, it does get busy and hectic really, really quick. So coming down the front straight there, Trevor Daly putting on a move over Luke Ram, dive bombing down in front of him, kind of upsetting him. Trevor having a little bit of a traction issue there, trying to get forward. Tyler Brown coming close to the inside of the grass and making a pass on Trevor Daly. Not too sure what the call on that's going to be. We're going to have to look at that after the race. But as these guys start making their way around the track, Dustin Brown out with a massive lead over Cody Marentet right now. Followed up by Jody Christie in that third spot. Tyler Brown dive bombing down to that inside to get on the inside of Dustin Lambert. Getting close to the grass again. We're really going to have to pay close attention to that. Luke Ram getting a good strong drive off of 2 there as these 3 riders heading down into corner number 3, battling it out for that 4th position. Now, 4th, 5th, 6th, we got about 5 riders kind of all in the mix there. Coming down to complete lap number 5. You can see there's a little bit of a wet spot on that front straightaway. Most of the guys trying to either go wide and avoid it or stay down low on the inside and get right by it. Dustin and Cody starting to check out over that third spot, Jody Christie. Now Jody's got to have his hands full because that looks like Tyler Brown sneaking up on the inside past Luke, and he's going to be setting that bullseye up on Jody really quick. Back down the front straightaway for complete lap number 6. Complete lap number 5. Move on to 6, sorry. And Cody and Dustin just destroying the rest of the competition. These 2 up front. Now, these guys have been battling all year long. It's been really great to see, you know, who favors what track and how they get around these tracks because they both have completely different riding styles, and it's interesting to watch both of them ride. So skipping ahead to the final lap here, the battle for third heats up between Jody Christie and Tyler Brown. And Tyler Brown is right behind Jody. Tyler tries dive bomb down on the inside of Jody. Kind of cuts down on the inside of the track and maybe makes a move on him to get by him. Dustin Brown holding off Cody. And it looks like Tyler did make a move by Jody and got by him. Jody's going to give it one last shot here to try and get by Tyler Brown, but I don't believe it's going to be enough. So it's going to be Dustin Brown taking the checkers in our third race here tonight. Cody Marentet taking that second spot, and Tyler Brown finishing off in third. We're going to commercial break. We'll be right back. race fans, it's time for the last race of the evening. It's the Open Expert race. We got 10 riders. Brody Buchan strapped up there with our WAS cam. Nick Wenzler, Brody Buchan, Steve Beattie, Dave Pouliot, John Parker, the Professor, and Fast Freddy Dejenon, all starting up on our front row here. Now looking fast here all day today during practice heats. The Dash for Cash winner, Steve Beattie, and we have our bets placed down with the guy because he's been moving that XR 750 Harley Davidson around these big tracks all year long and holding steady there. Now taking off on this line, it looks like Wenzler and Parker off to an early start there, jumping to an early lead. Buchan and Beattie to the outside. Beattie getting a drive off corner number 2, heading down that back straightaway and starting to get that locomotive speed going as he heads down into corner number 3, heading out wide. Buchan sitting in the middle, Wenzler down on the inside, or I believe that's John Parker holding down on the inside. Two riders come together there as Steve Beattie makes his way around and starts checking out early. A couple bite lengths already. Dave Pouliot down to the inside, Buchan to the outside. They both go around Parker like he's standing still, and these two riders now got a battle going for second. Battling it out for that third spot is John Parker and Nick Wenzler. Heading down into corner number 3, Pouliot and Wenzler go low. Buchan and Parker stay in the middle groove. Now they got another rider sneaking up behind them there as well. And that is Doug Lawrence, who made a third row start. He had to switch bikes. We'll get a full explanation after the race about that. Makes quick work of John Parker and gets around him. Now he's got his sights set on Nick Wenzler. Heading down the back straightaway there. Steve Beattie already starting to stretch his lead out, working that XR 750 on the outside. Brody Buchan sitting in that second spot, holding it down. Riders for the KBR team 1 and 2 sitting nice and pretty right now, heading around for lap number 3. Now it looks like Doug Lawrence has made his way by Wenzler. Wenzler's not going to be giving up. And we got Buchan pulling over to the side of the track. Something is wrong with his bike. He's got a malfunction going on. So that opens a door for Wenzler now sitting in that third spot, holding off Doug Lawrence. Dave Pouliot sitting by himself in that second spot. And John Parker and Fast Freddy Dejenon battling it out for 5th. So Doug Lawrence kind of taking a little bit of a different line. We talked about that mud earlier. You can see him kind of cut through it and get back over to that riding line, get as much traction in as possible as he makes his way around Wenzler. John Parker getting past Fast Freddy Dejenon. Fast Freddy going to be putting the hammer down, trying to get back past the Professor there. Now Nick Wenzler and Doug Lawrence. Nick Wenzler riding exceptionally well this year, doing a great job. You know, the guy's got to be very proud of how far he's come. He's a privateer racer. You know, he doesn't have as much backing as, most of the riders would in the expert class. So, just a farm boy from the Leamington area doing a great job holding off the national champ here for a couple of laps and giving him a run for his money as he kind of holds him up as Pouliot started to check out. Now, Doug Lawrence is really going to have to put the hammer down to catch up to him if he wants to salvage any more points away from Steve Beattie here tonight. He needs to get up to that second spot to stop the bleeding on this championship run that Steve Beattie is on right now. Rider down on the infield, that's the number 77 of Rick Gumby. That is actually one of our oldest members here racing, and he does race in the expert class, and he does go fast. So Lawrence by Wenzler, and now he's got his sights set on Dave Pouliot. Now we're going to fast forward to lap number 12 just to show you how much ground that he made up over Dave Pouliot. He gets the drive and gets by Pouliot. Now with 2 to go, there's not going to be enough time for him to catch up. Dave Pouliot trying to do everything he can to hold off Lawrence, goes way down to the inside. Another call that we're going to have to review after this race. And Lawrence doesn't seem to let him phase him as he makes his way around Dave on the outside of the exit of corner number 2 and heading down corner number 3 and 4. It's a battle for the second spot here as Pouliot is not giving up and digging his claws in to hold on to that Sail Racing Yamaha bike and not let him get away. So as they come around to complete their final lap, Steve Beatty's actually already coming around corner 3 and 4 with a ginormous lead. So he is going to shut down the bike and go on cruise control as he makes his way around the track here. Coming across for the big win here tonight, taking the checkered flag is the 26 of Steve Beatty. Now the second spot is still to be undecided here as Doug Lawrence and Dave Pouliot make their way around. It looks like Lawrence is checked out a little bit away from Pouliot. So as Steve Beatty takes the Roadrunner Ryan Beatty out for a victory lap, and they're going to go high-five some fans while they're at it. We're going to go down and catch up with the other riders after this quick commercial break.
All right, taking that third spot, battling it out with Doug Lawrence, but finally getting up on the podium. Dave, this is an exciting race for you. Do you love Georgian Downs?
Yeah, today I didn't like it, and when we started the day, I was like, that is a track, I don't like it. And I put my mind down and focus on the track and try a lot of things on the bike. It's a complete different setting from this morning. I have trouble with my exhaust this morning, so I have my back muffler have nothing, so I ride with nothing in the muffler. But we keep a solid third place, battle out with Lawrence for the second spot, and it was pushing me really hard, but I tried to focus and do some smooth lap, but he finally passed me. But I think that third place really good for me.
Dave, that was an amazing ride. We're really proud of you, and we're really happy for you to get up on the podium here. Now, you got lots of people helping you out, so give some love out to those sponsors.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Motovani, who gave me everything. John Parker, who built my motor. Menzel Pouliot, who gave me a lot of money, bring me to the track. Magic Screed, passed me the track. That's awesome. MD Distribution, Best Helmet, 6D, Def Family, and Forma Boots. And I still can't thank enough John Parker and Kawasaki Canada for building me such a great bike.
All right, so that third spot going out to my buddy Dave Pouliot out here today at Georgian Downs. All right, everybody, taking that second spot out here at Georgian Downs today is none other than the #1 national champion, Doug Lawrence. Doug, you're on a little bit of a different bike here. Tell us what's kind of going on with that first off.
This is a Sail Yamaha 450 that this is our second option for the day. I was going to ride the Rotax, but right before the dash, he was making some nasty noises and sprinted over to the Browns pit and robbed this from the young buck there. And that was it. He didn't ask any questions. Like, what's going on? I just hopped on the bike and started it and got the 4 laps in the dash and made a couple of changes before the main event. But second place is as good as we could do.
All right, well, quick shout out to all those sponsors helping you out as we make our season end charge towards the end of the season.
Yeah, thanks. Huge thank you to Parts Canada. Laura Lang's helped me out a lot this year. And Alpine Star, HJC Leathers, Motion Pro, One Speed Chop Shop, Sturgis Cycle, Vortex, K&N, CVC Communications, John Briggs Motorsports, the crew from Talmodo. I think that's it.
All right, so taking that second spot out here at Georgian Downs today, Doug Lawrence. Okay, taking that first spot out here at Georgian Downs today and riding that big old Rocky's Harley-Davidson 750 around the track like a bullet, Steve Beatty.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it sure was fun. At Belleville, when I opted not to ride it, I was always torn because, man, I grew up riding this thing ever since I was a teenager. And it's hard when I step off of it to ride a 450 because I call those things the kids' bikes. This is a man's bike. And anyways, then London again, I opted to not ride it. It was kind of more to save it. And this might be the last. You know what? I might bust the thing out of Oshwegan, maybe even well next weekend. Who knows? But, anyways, yeah, it's always so much fun getting on this Harley Davidson and wheeling it off into the corners wide open.
Well, Steve, you kind of checked out earlier in the race. You won the Dash for Cash. Was Georgian Downs a favorite track for you this kind of season? Because it looked like you were just checking out and putting on a clinic for the rest of the guys.
You know, just when when the track gets like this and it's prepped right and the sun drops off, you can ride these Harleys wide open. And I was never ever scared to ride one wide open. And that's honestly what you got to do. You know, bend it off in there, and that throttle right there is what turns the motorcycle. That front wheel doesn't turn. It's the throttle that makes these things turn.
All right, Ryan, big win for your dad tonight. How pumped are you?
Pretty pumped.
You think he's going to take you to Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
All right, quick shout out for all those sponsors helping you out there.
Yeah, for sure. Brian Olson Racing, Kurt Beeger, Vortex handlebars and sprockets, Wasner Pistons, Shoei helmets, my wife Michelle, my kid Ryan, all the Flat Track Canada guys that do just an awesome job at putting these races on for us. And on the little bikes, Honda Canada, Woody Kyle Racing, and I think that's it, guys.
Okay, so taking that #1 spot out here at Georgian Downs this weekend, Steve Beatty.